Hello guys and girls, and welcome to the Defence of the Australians Summer Tournament. I am your caster only Logic today, and I am hosting these two wonderful teams. 300 Spartans and Come On Son are going to be playing as one of the two first games of this second week of the Defence of the Australians. Thank you very much for having me, and thank you for everybody that's joining me. I don't know much about these teams. I don't think either of these teams were in the previous season of the Defence of the Australians. So I think my viewers are going to be as new as I am in this one, fortunately. That way I can hopefully give a little bit of a better commentary regarding these teams. Let's take a look at these first couple of bands. We've had a Bristleback and Alchemist band from 300 Spartans. These are certainly very, very big, strong, tanky hero bands, and we've seen a lot of Bristleback bands. Not as many plays. When he's not banned, he's not really played that much, but either way, teams don't want to see him or play against him, so there are strong bans against Bristleback, especially recently. We've also got bans against Alchemist. Come On Son replying with a Disruptor and Nature's Prophet ban. Disruptor having a very strong team fight with pretty much 4 spells dedicated to team fights, and Furion is just, or Nature's Prophet is just a very hard pusher. Very strong pusher to try and counter against. Taking a look at this first pick was from Come On Son. It's a Clockwork. I presume it's an offlane Clockwork, but Clockwork is known to go mid as well. 300 Spartans reply with Visage. Very, very strong roaming support. I love Visage as a support, even as a lane support, or generally not as a farming support, but if he gets a mech, even the more the merrier. And the second one is Shadow Shaman. Now, I haven't seen I don't think I've seen a Shadow Shaman pick in the tournament thus far. No, I take that back. I have seen a Shadow Shaman pick in the tournament thus far, but I love Shadow Shaman. He's one of my best win rate heroes. He's got some absolutely amazing playability. Come On Son reply with a Lifestealer. Once again, another offlane, potentially hard carry, potentially mid. Great hero all round. Most importantly, with a lot of farm, he can basically 1v5 as long as he's constantly right-clicking. Very strong hero.
Hello, guys and girls, and
for heaven's sake.
to the Defence of the Australians.
Sorry about that, guys. Very strong hero. Meanwhile, the next band by 300 Spartan has been Viper. Now, Viper's a very strong mid-hero. Once again, another quite tanky mid-hero in comparison to OD or to Puck. Although they've got good phasing abilities, they're not particularly tanky. A couple of right clicks and they go right down. Meanwhile, the response from Come On Son is Doombringer. Now, I'm wondering if they're going to play certain heroes, for example, Rubik, that fall very, very easily to Doom, or maybe heroes very reliant on their spells, such as Lifestealer. Doom is a very, very strong counter to Lifestealer because it basically means that he can't gain any more life. He doesn't have any more life gain. He can't go into Rage mode, which means that he basically has he needs to get a BKB, especially coming up against that Doom. He's very reliant on his spells, especially in the middle of battle. Especially on that feast, in which... Yes, that feast, which is actually taken out by the Doom. Which means that he probably wants to definitely keep that spell. Next couple of bans here. 300 Spartans banning out Silencer. Another relatively tanky. This time not tanky, but this time he has got a very big team fight inference. Being able to silence a whole team globally is definitely something that you don't want to come up against when you're in the middle of a team fight and you've got everything planned out, and then suddenly a silencer comes along and just absolutely ruins it. Come On Son ban out the Lone Druid. Lone Druid, a very, very strong offlane hero. With 300 Spartans decide to pick up that Bat Rider. We see a lot of competitive Bat Rider plays. He used to be most banned hero. Bat Rider, I think it was TI3 where he was most banned hero. Very strong initiation. You give him a 4 staff and a blink, and he's got super strong initiation. Come On Son respond with another very strong offlane, Mirana. So we've got 3 potential offlane heroes. Mirana this time acting as a little bit more of a support with potential to move into the late game with her right click ability. That arrow basically means that ganks could come out of nowhere at pretty much any time. If a full range arrow catches out that Weaver, that's probably enough time for him to die without being able to pull off his Shikuchi. Meanwhile, 300 Spartans, they do pick Weaver. Weaver probably being played as a hard carry, maybe even not as a hard carry, maybe as an off-lane hero. Bat Rider in mid, Weaver off-lane. It could be a Weaver tri-lane support. Come on Sun picked Venomancer. Venomancer has seen a lot of play, especially recently, mainly because of that Gale, Venomous Gale being one of the strongest level 1 ganking spells. But also because of Plague Wards. Basically, Plague Wards can shut down a push, or even a counter push, being a very strong counter push, or can even shut down a counter push and help to push a little bit more. Also, that Poison Nova is absolutely deadly within a team fight. It's basically half health for any squishy hero in a team fight. The response ban is by 300 Spartans is Pugna, and I can see why a Pugna ban. They're looking for solid heroes for team fights, especially as support heroes. I don't think Mirana's going to be a hard support. We could see Venomancer as a 5 support, but that would still mean that they need a 4 support, maybe a mid, something along those lines, even though they could have Clockwork in mid. Come on Sun's ban. They reply with the Ursa. Now Ursa, another really strong potential offlane hero, also a very good jungler. Maybe 300 Spartans are assuming Come on Sun are going to do dual lane. We have seen a couple of dual lanes, some of which have gone really well, some of which have just absolutely flopped. So let's see what we get from these teams here to see if we get strong dual lanes. Oh no, and there's a PL picker! 300 Spartans pick Phantom Lancer as their hard carry, so that means Weaver's probably in the off lane. They've got nothing really strong to counter this Phantom Lancer unless they get a BKB on the not a BKB, a Battle Fury on the Lifestealer, something that Lifestealer normally wouldn't pick up, but they haven't yet to pick their hard carry. They can put Lifestealer in the off lane, Clockwork in mid, and they could pick a harder carry to counter that Phantom Lancer, something that has a natural cleave, something like a Sven. But I'm sure Come On Sun have a very tricky decision after that PL pick. They could go for strong ganks, strong early game ganks to shut down Phantom Lancer early game. But they're going to have to really decide what they want to do here, whether they just want to play their own game, or whether they now want to try and counter 300 Spartans Phantom Lancer. And we're just waiting for the 5th pick here. The 5th and trickiest pick coming from Come On Sun. In light of the 300 Spartans PL pick. People hate PL picks. They call it PL picker. And it's originally the idea to make fun of PL pickers was started up by Pyrian Flax. I definitely recommend his videos. Also, if you want to check out more of my stuff, get onto twitch.tv/onlylogic. The response support pick is Earthshaker, brilliant against Phantom Lancer for that ultimate, dealing extra damage the more units there are in the radius. So Earthshaker is going to be a very solid pickup. I'm thinking a tri-lane, Veno Earthshaker, Lifestealer, Mirana off-lane, Clockwork. Mid is what I'm looking at from Come On Sun. 300 Spartans, meanwhile, I'm seeing a Visage, Shadow Shaman, Phantom Lancer tri-lane, with Weaver in the off-lane and Bat Rider in mid. None of these lanes could really do a strong tri-lane. Maybe with that Shadow Shaman you could do a very strong tri-lane with the Weaver and put the Phantom Lancer solo safe lane. So you could put Weaver solo safe lane and put the Phantom Lancer in the off lane. There's potential for an offensive tri-lane with the Venomancer and this Earthshaker and this Lifestealer, but I don't think it's something that we're going to be seeing anytime soon.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Okay, let's check out these teams now. Okay, so let's see what the picks turned out to be. May Zeus bless this game. Q-Lead Max. Oh, excuse me, guys. So, Climax from Come On Sun is going on the support Earthshaker. Palap Inc., who would like to give a shout out to his mother, would like to go as the Venomancer, so he says. And he looks like they're going to be dual lane supporting. Venomancer is going to be supporting that Mirana in the safe lane, surprisingly. Earthshaker is going to be supporting that Lifestealer in the off lane, although I think Earthshaker might decide to trade up with the Venomancer. No, the Venomancer is going into safe lane with the Marana. Looks like there might be some sort of swap outs here. Looks like Clockwork is going to end up going into mid. Meanwhile, THS 300 Spartans, they're going to be moving into the jungle to see if they can maybe get a pick off as 4-man. But we've already seen that Weaver going into the off lane, so it's probably going to be Batrider mid and a tri lane with these 3 heroes here.
The battle begins.
Come on, Sun, not deciding to move anywhere into the jungle. So that means that Pixis is just going to take that double damage, which means that his harass will be very strong early on. He's got a Tango. He's probably going to go for an early bottle. He's gone for an early boots, surprisingly. I can't see this going very well when there's nothing that the Batrider can really do except for stay in lane at this early point in the game. Meanwhile, Clockwork can stay well out of lane. I mean, he can just use his Rocket Flare to get last hits, especially in the early parts of the game. Meanwhile, there is going to be this offensive tri-lane, Earthshaker, Venomancer, and Lifestealer. They could potentially get a lot of kills here. Something that I notice is that there's only one ward here, and that's for Marana, and Marana doesn't need that ward against the Weaver, quite frankly, whereas they could have a ward here, and they could be moving into the jungle to try and get their warding up. They are going to right-click this Phantom Lancer down, put a lot of heavy harass onto this Phantom Lancer, which is frankly very good play. This is at the point at which Venomancer could be roaming around and trying to get a couple of hits and contesting the farm in the jungle here, but it seems like nothing like that is going on, and Phantom Lancer meanwhile is just going to take some easy farm. Earthshaker could be doing a better job of zoning him out of lane, but it looks like they just Venomancer is going to contest this stack and pull here, and what he should do is he should be getting some of these last hits on the jungle creeps as well as some of the last hits onto the enemy creeps here. He has pinged it out, but they can really just move right into this lane with this really strong lane here. And it looks like they might be initiated. The Venomancer might be initiated on, but it looks like it's just a waste of the Grave Chill for the Visage. They can definitely be contesting this. Taking a look at the levels, at the hero levels at the moment, you can see that although Phantom Lancer has lost a lot, he has been farming completely under tower. And he's actually level 2 alongside one of his supports. Meanwhile, that tri-lane is entirely level 1, which means that it's not working out very well for Come On Sun at all in this tri-lane at the moment. Meanwhile, Phantom Lancer being given Pank O's salve, which means that he's going to be absolutely fine in lane. Marana's last sitting under tower here, contesting against this Weaver. I wonder how she's doing. Let's take a quick look. Looks like Weaver is highest on the last hits, and Clockwork beating that Batrider on last hits as well. Interesting there, especially when the Batrider has gone the Tranquil Boots already. Oh, the first blood is going to be picked out on the top here. They are going to take the first blood from Shadow Shaman. Fortunately, I missed that. And then they're just going to move away. Probably a couple of stuns used there. Almost certainly a Fisher. You get that first blood, and Batrider has an invis, but he's level 4 and he's not going to be able to make any sort of moves here. And the lane's going to push up. He definitely won't be able to get the hard carry. He might be able to get a pick off maybe on the Venomancer. His invisibility rune has run out, so now he's going to try and make an initiation. They have made an initiation onto this Earthshaker. Earthshaker is going to stun, and he is going to try and back off, and they are going to get the kill. They're going to try and put a lot more pressure onto the other heroes here, but a Venomous Gale is going to go out, and it means that they're just going to deal a lot of team damage. So it looks like it is 1 for 1. That Batrider moving out of lane. And the kill going to the Phantom Lancer there. Definitely a useful kill for that Phantom Lancer. Bringing this tri-lane back in favour of the defensive instead of the aggressive tri-lane. Marana here looks like she's having a little bit of trouble fighting out against this Weaver. She should really be getting sentry wards as soon as possible. And it looks like the Weaver is going to back off from that. So he's not going to put a lot of pressure there. Meanwhile, Clockwork has taken quite a lot of farm. Clockwork's still top on the last hits. Not even closely followed by Weaver, but Weaver and Phantom Lancer taking the next 2. So it looks like Venomancer is going the Plague Wards build. Looking in mid here, Bat Rider looking like he did have to go back to lane. He looks like he is going to be a roaming Bat Rider if he's gone for the Tranquil Boost. The Tranquil Boost being a little bit pointless if he doesn't stop attacking.
Middle tower is under attack.
But I can't see Bat Rider doing absolutely brilliantly in terms of roaming until he gets level 6. Meanwhile, the Clockwork is actually going to beat him for level 6 because of his roaming. Meanwhile, in top here, Visage continuing to stack and pull jungle creeps, getting some experience there. So the hero levels now, Clockwork and Weaver shooting off into level 6. Mirana and Bat Rider tied for level 5. So it looks like Earthshaker is coming around here. He might be looking to cut off Bat Rider, not knowing that his Firefly will probably be able to go over to the wall. There's also been a switch around by Weaver. Maybe hoping to get a kill here? Is he looking for the Courier? No, not sure what that's about. Looks like there has been an initiation on the Bat Rider, but the Bat Rider is just going to be able to move away from there, and both heroes are just going to back off. There might be a wraparound here happening in the off lane here, in the top lane. Shadow Shaman is just going to back off. This gives, unfortunately, that Weaver leaving the lane gives a lot of Mirana, a lot of last hits, a lot of free farm, and a lot of experience, which is the main worry. Weaver's definitely going to push this Mirana. No, he's just going to launch his Geminate attack, while Mirana's got while his Geminate attack is off the cooldown, so that he gets 2 shots off of it. Looks like they are going to go for a smoke, so the tri-lane here with the Bat Rider. Bat Rider now having Lasso. It can be very, very strong. They've seen the Venomancer, they've tried to go in. Is he going to rage? He is going to rage, but he's still going to be caught out, and then he is going to be invised, which means that you're just going to walk away from that. No! A Sentry Ward has been put out by the Shadow Shaman, who has taken him, and the kill is stolen by the Visage there on the enemy Lifestealer. The enemy hard carry not looking very good for Come On Sun at all.
Incoming! Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like there is going to be a wraparound from the supports now onto this mid. This Earthshaker who's decided to take mid while Clockwork has gone up. And Earthshaker has noticed the Bat Rider and just decided to completely back off. Meanwhile, Clockwork is going to go in onto the Shadow Shaman, and he doesn't have enough mana for... Yes, he does now, but that's alright. He's going to get the kill with his Battery Assault, which is max. And now he's going to cogs Visage in. Visage is going to go down as well. That's 2 kills for that Clockwork. Come on, son, bringing it back. They're feeling the pressure, and they're saying we can deal with the pressure just as well as you can. That Clockwork getting 2 amazing kills under the enemy ward there. Absolutely well done by Come On Sun.
More fuel for the fire.
Taking a look at the farming rates of the heroes here, we see that Clockwork is definitely on top on the net worth. Closely followed by that Weaver. Even though he did leave lane, he is doing a very good job of zoning out that Mirana, who is in third, very closely followed by the Lifestealer, who's completely back because heroes are missing. So now there are pings out to notice that, and they have decided to de-ward. This Bat Rider might go in, and is he going to get the kill? He looks like he is going to take out the ward before Venomancer is able to take out that ward on the low ground. All of those misses not doing him very well. A bit of a waste of a ward there, unfortunately. Looks like there might be an initiation onto this Mirana here under tower, so they're just waiting patiently for this wave to push up, and they know Mirana's going to push up with this wave. Are they going to go in? No, they're going to back off. So they're trying not to reveal until this Mirana, until this lane pushes up, so that they can easily take down this Mirana. The question is she going to fall for it? Meanwhile, on top, it looks like they might know. They're not going to go onto that Phantom Lancer. So the question is, are they going to go onto this Marana? Because there is a lot of pressure being put on by the Weaver. And it looks like Marana is pushing the lane now, which means that it might not be all lost for the Visage, who has just revealed himself here. Yeah, I think he has. So Marana's going to go right back now.
Not this time.
Brilliant farming in this tri-lane, going for the Lifestealer, really putting up his net worth. Let's take a quick look at the graphs here. XP graph, although was in favour to THS, now gone up to CS. Gold graph looking pretty much the same, in favour of Come On Sun after those couple of kills by Clockwork.
Double damage.
So Hero is really putting pressure on top of this, sorry, the Phantom Lancer is putting pressure on top of this Lifestealer here, which he can do now that he's already got his Ring of a Killer. Well, not already, I should say, it's 10 minutes, 10:40, but he has got his Ring of a Killer. Batrider just getting farmed with his double damage rune. I think if you've gone Tranquil Boots and if you've got a double damage rune, you really should be roaming, especially with full mana and your lasso up. You could be definitely getting kills. Even just the Weaver Marana could get a couple of kills there, but looks like the ulti is going to be called. And THS are just going to go right back. They're going to go right back to the tower. They don't want to be initiated on with that Marana ult. And it looks like everybody except for the Batrider, who has got a reasonably solid escape, has completely backed off. They've gone all the way back to tower now, and it looks like they're trying to hint that that it's just a Lifestealer, and the Venomancer has come back into lane. Climax and Decimus just waiting here, but they know that Decimus is here, and they tried to go in. He's tried to hookshot in, but he hasn't been able to make it, which means that Phantom Lancer will be fine. Looks like there might be a counter initiation by Batrider. Batrider has gone in. He's already cast one of his napalms, and he's going to bring back that Earthshaker, who is going to be initiated on, and he's going to be burst down really quickly. Lifestealer has tried to go in. Is he going to be able to get a kill onto that Shadow Shaman? Yes, he is, but there's a lot of damage going backwards the way of that Lifestealer. It looks like they're jumping back in. They're trying to get a kill on that Clockwork. The Visage is going to take that Clockwork. Lifestealer desperately trying to take down that... well, Weaver has come in as well. Weaver has come in, but he just doesn't have the damage at this early stage in the game, so Lifestealer is just going to take a couple of right clicks. He did desperately try to go for that Phantom Lancer, didn't kill him, ended up taking out the Visage. Either way, probably a team fight in favour of Come On Sun, in favour of CS there. A lot of TP is being used by THS, meaning that that counter gank could really have gone in a much better way. Shadow Shaman now with a net worth of 69 or 72, 75? No, that's not right, because he's got all of these items, as well as his gold, so unless he's disconnected, it's not showing me his net worth quite properly, unfortunately. So Venomancer not placing wards in here, which is a bit of a shame, frankly. It looks like there is going to be an initiation onto this Clockwork, but Clockwork is just going to turn on his battery assault, and he's just going to follow him right down, and then he's going to hook him, but he's going to be able to fly right over it, and the Soul Assumption coming in by the Visage to get the kill. Visage is also going to get the kill on this Venomancer, not going very well for the Clockwork and for CS at all. The Rage is going to be pulled out by the Lifestealer, but he's going to be taken down as well. A triple kill going to that Visage. Soul Assumption on 2, right-clicking the next one down. THS definitely bringing this around. Let's take a look at the XP graphs now. That huge drop in favour of THS. Gold drop is going to look exactly the same. Now it's about 500 difference and less than 500 difference in experience. Bottom tower, however, and the first tower going to Beaverland from CS. So there is going to be a counter push onto this top tier 1 tower by THS. But CS don't want to take this without a team fight, and it looks like they are going to go in. Looks like they are going to go in under the Marana ult, and they are going to cogs in the Phantom Assassin. And are they going to be able to get the kill? Yes, he still isn't under tower range, so they are able to get the kill. Will they be able to follow this up with a hook shot? Yes, they will. Will they be able to get... They're not going to go for the Bat Rider, though. Can they go for someone else? The ulti has come out by Shadow Shaman. Those Serpent Wards definitely coming out. The hook shot missing. It means that he's going to fall in there. Dust going down by the Life Stealer, I'm guessing. No, by the Earthshaker. To try and point out any fakes. And that Clockwork able to escape from there. And Clockwork going in once again for that Visage, and they are going to put a lot of pressure on that Visage, and they are going to burst him down. Can they take out the bird as well? Are they going to be able to take it down? Oh, I've forgotten the name. Flame Break. I thought it was Flame Strike, but it wasn't Flame Strike. That Flame Break almost taking down that Clockwork. Very, very good play by CS there, that are fighting back to everything that THS throw at them. They've thrown that experience up to 2,000. They've thrown that gold up to 3,000. And they've taken middle tower. So a lot of a very aggressive play here by CS. Meanwhile, the Weaver is going to push this tier 1 bottom tower, and it is going to be glyphed, so it looks like they are going to definitely defend these towers. They are doing a very good job of TPing into these towers, just to keep the pressure up. Lifestealer going to get a bit of free farm here. I'm curious to see if he does end up going for a Battle Fury, or if an arrow coming out to try and hit the Weaver, but unfortunately missing, and looks like Weaver is just going to back off. So Shadow Shaman's net worth still coming out as his gold value, which isn't quite correct. But currently, 3 of CS are taking out the top net worth, then followed by 4 of THS. And potentially 5? No, not with those items. Looks like this Weaver might want to go in onto this Mirana. It looks like he might be wrapping back around. No, Mirana's just going to back off. She's not going to go past the river. And that's a really good decision, because there has been an initiation and a little bit of miscommunication. Unfortunately, Weaver is just going to be able to move out of there because of a bit of a miscommunication with that arrow, unfortunately. If the Clockwork said he was going in, could have been cogs, could have been a followed up. Could have been a follow-up, would have been really, really good. But Weaver just scooching out of there after using his ult. So Mirana with 3.3k gold. I'm not exactly sure what she wants to get. I'm guessing she'd be going for an Orchid, maybe a defensive support item such as a sheep stick. Definitely works well on Mirana to follow up with that arrow. But yeah, it's unclear. Looks like Bat Rider is going to be roaming top here. Lifestealer putting a lot of pressure onto this Phantom Lamp. But it looks like they have seen the Bat Rider. Bat Rider has gone in, and he is going to go onto that Lifestealer who has raised, so he's not going to take a lot of damage. The ulti going to come out by the Venomancer while the Clockwork comes in here as well, and he is going to hook in, and they are going to actually get the 2 kills there on Bat Rider and 1 on the Phantom Lancer. But unfortunately, the Shadow Shaman is going to take out both the... Oh, and a huge ult coming out from Earthshaker as well. And he's not going to be able to get the kill on the Visage. All of them fighting under the wards. Very unfortunately, it means that... is the rocket flare. The rocket flare. They're just waiting for the rocket flare. The rocket flare not picking out that Visage. So Clockwork is just going to back off. That fighting under the Serpent Wards, unfortunately being their demise. What was originally a good team fight ended up not going in favour of CS, even though it did sort of still go in favour. Really nice turnaround by CS after the initiation from the Bat Rider there, meaning that the Lifestealer is actually quite farmed now. Mirana not having made a purchase, 4,100 gold. Is she going to go for like a... Is she saving up for a rapier or something? I just don't know. Clockwork meanwhile getting the Aggers, which means that he will be able to cast that hookshot every 0.3 milliseconds or something ridiculous like that. Except to cool down 12 seconds, which means that he can cast it multiple times in a team fight. I'm not sure what he'll be going for next. He could run for a Bloodstone. To go with synergy with that Aggers, but I presume he'll just be going for a support item, something along the lines of a sheep stick. Maybe he'll be going for the Shivas. Either way, that's what I'm thinking he's going to be going for next. So there has been an initiation onto this Phantom Lancer, and they have popped the dust, and they are going to try and right-click him down, but he is on the outside of the cogs for Lifestealer. Doesn't matter, they are going to be able to get the kill. The Visage Familiar is coming in a little bit too late. The ultimate being cast there by Mirana, but it looks like they can see her, and they are going to go in onto this Bat Rider. They are going to try and do a lot of damage, but that Soul Assumption is going to do a lot of damage back to that Mirana. Weaver's going to come in, and he's going to help clean up that Venomancer. Mirana's ult not coming out on top there. Let's take a quick look at the graphs, and it is very rickety. It's rocky. It's going up and down, but it's mainly in favor of CS, who have definitely been farming more. 4.5k to CS there. Getting all the CS. I need to find out what CS stand for. They don't have a glyph up, and the wards there means that the tower is just going to fall. They will be able to defend this tower though, but it doesn't look like they are going to continue pushing. They're just going to back off. Weaver, after those couple of kills, has taken out the second position in that net worth. That Clockwork still to use his hook shot after Aggers.
Boom! There it goes.
It looks like they are just going to farm up these wards before they disappear. For a little bit of farm there. Meanwhile, there's been a push by THS onto the top tower. There was a kill on Mirana by the looks of it. I'm not sure who made the kill on Mirana there. Phantom Lancer just poning Mirana. There you go. Oh, and that hook shot coming very, very close, but just missing the invisible Phantom Lancer. They're probably best they didn't go in, because they've got 3 heroes here waiting for a counter initiation. So they are just going to defend this tower and possibly counter push. I don't think they'll be counter pushing it at the moment. Did Mirana end up buying an item? She did end up going for a Diffusal Blade, but she would have lost a lot of gold on death there. Taking a look at the kills, we can see it is 6-2, closely followed by 6-3 by the Visage, with Clockwork taking out that top position. Bottom lane here, Mirana's just going to farm this out and push it out slightly as well. Not a strong push, but they're just going to make sure that they've got a lot of pressure onto the other lanes. While they're pushing this lane here, Weaver's going to go in and he's going to try and do a little bit of a harass. They are going to initiate onto this Weaver. They are going to cogs him in. Are they going to be able to? They are going to be able to get the kill before he's able to time lapse out of there. Looks like Bat Rider wants to get an initiation. The Mirana ult is going to come out, and are they going to move back in? Looks like they are going to move back in. They are going to pick off this Visage. Are they going to be able to have a follow-up for the Visage? Yes, they are. Hookshot goes into the Visage. Looks like a couple more right clicks. The wards do come out. Will they be able to kill this Visage before the wards kills any of them? Wards doing a lot of damage. Phantom Lancer is going to clean up that Venomancer. Lifestealer's on the run. There's going to be a Fisher there by the Earthshaker, but it's not good enough. Looks like they are going to get the kill on the Lifestealer. And the Cog's trying to go in to try and defend, but looks like he has left himself for death as well by using those Cogs. All in all, a 3-for-3 team fight. You usually want to trade if you're the behind team. And now that they've taken a tower, this team fight definitely goes in favour of THS. Looks like there has been a TP in by the Clockwork. Is he going to be able to get an initiation onto that Bat Rider there? Looks like he won't. He'll have to make a complete guess. He does launch it, so he probably hasn't been able to see that Bat Rider. Is he going to take a guess? Is he going to be able to go for it? He's not going to. He's just going to stay on the bridge. So an unfortunately wasted buyback by the Clockwork there. That's alright if he does it early. It means that at around about the 30-minute mark, when the pushes really start up, he'll be able to have another buyback ready. So it looks like he is going for a blade mail in the next one, probably to deal with those wards, as well as Bat Rider's flame, not flame break, Firefly.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So there's going to be another infestation into the clockwork there by the...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And after using the hook shot there to see the Phantom Lancer, he realizes that that's not the Phantom Lancer that he wants to go for. But he does have his hook shot already off cooldown. Looks like there has been a TP here, and is he going to stay here? Yes. The ult is going to be cast, but Mirana's ult means they will actually be able to see this Venomancer. The wards have gone down again. He doesn't have the chainmail yet. The ultimate coming in there from Earthshaker, taking down 2 heroes, but 2 heroes have also fallen from CS. Those wards doing a lot of damage. That Lifestealer trying to get that final last hit onto the Visage. He does get the last hit onto the Visage. Meanwhile, the Mirana is going to jump into here and maybe cast it. No, he doesn't have the mana. Not the mana. The arrow is on cooldown. Is this Lifestealer going to fight this Weaver? He turns around. Unfortunately, Weaver dies. That's a 4-for-4 team fight there. Once again, going in favor of THS that time around. They should really stop fighting around these wards. Once these wards are cast, they just need to back off. They just need to go somewhere else, duke them somewhere else. If Venomancer gets caught out and dies there, that's much better than them losing the team fight. Looks like, oh, Weaver coming in to try and fight off this Mirana, and one more hit will do it. That Weaver getting the Mirana, meaning that it's a 5-for-4 technically, but THS are turning this around. Let's take a quick look at the graphs. It's gone 1,500 XP on the direction of THS, and the gold graph is still in favor of CS, but only by 2,000 this time, so it has dropped by a lot. Gosh, guys, it's really, really hot today. It's something like 35 degrees in my room. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I'm becoming a little bit parched. I'm going to have to grab myself a cup of water for the next cast. If you want to join me for the next cast, for the next stream, twitch.tv/onlylogic is the channel. Definitely keep up with all of my games. And if you want to get onto the main Twitch channel, if you don't have a ticket, well, actually, if you're listening to this, then you've got a ticket. But if you're listening on my Twitch, get onto twitch.tv/Defense of the Australians. Looks like there is going to be a big creep wave push into this top lane, but it's not going to deal too much damage to the tower. Mirana's going to come out and she's going to help out, aid out this counter.
Do it with flair.
Mirana rolled off cooldown, so if they want to do a sneaky push into this, it looks like THS are considering going into the Rosh pit. But Weaver probably just wants to look for pickoffs at the moment. The Venomancer has spotted him with a ward, so Venomancer is just going to back off. Is he going to be taken? Yes, he is going to be taken by the Crypt Swarm. The Swarm. By the Swarm. He's going to be taken. No damage from that though. So it looks like they have done the Miranas on your team equivalent of smoking up. Unfortunately, this doesn't last as long as a smoke, so they won't be able to actually get anybody here in the jungle.
Double damage.
Weaver taking a double damage rune there. Looks like there might be a push into the deeps here. A Clockwork trying an attempted initiation there, thinking that but the arrow is going to come very close, but it's not going to hit. Either way, that arrow is almost off cooldown. He can make another initiation, but he knows that there's more than one there. Is he going to want to? And it looks like he's not.
Incoming.
So the rocket going to briefly reveal a couple of teams there. The Mirana arrow just being used to attempted harass, maybe get a pick out.
Boom, there it goes.
But it does just hit a creep. Both jungle camps being stacked up for their respective hard carries. Phantom Lancers is going to take that one, or Lifestealer on CS. Phantom Lancer is, however, pushing out this top lane here as the as Team CS just seem to roam around in the jungle. This being a very close game, we're going to see the XP graph 3000 in the direction of THS, and the gold graph is going to slowly drop for CS as there is more farm genuinely going to THS than is going to CS, but it looks like that's going to change with this Lifestealer farming these Ancients here. There is going to be a smoke roam into the CS jungle by THS, but they're not going to find anybody. They're either in the mid lane where they're not actually safe, or farming those Ancients there. Looks like they are going to jump in onto this Earthshaker. Immediately bringing this Earthshaker back. There has been dust out. The arrow does pick out that Batrider, which means that his Firefly isn't going to do much. The Lifestealer trying to get a little bit of damage here. There have been a couple of kills already. A couple more hits onto the Clockwork. The Clockwork does go down by the Phantom Lancer, who does die to the Venomous Gale. And they are going to pick off the Weaver as well. So that's basically a 5 for 3. That team fight going in favor of CS. And now they can farm up these wards here. So now that they're a little bit distant from the wards, it's immediately making a huge difference. It's helping out this Lifestealer, it's helping out this Mirana. Now they're going to be able to push out this lane, because the first one to spawn is Shadow Shaman with his wards down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Lifestealer and Mirana are going to do a little bit of damage to this tower until a couple of supports arrive. Mirana sees the Batrider, can TP in, and she pretty much wants to back off. Definitely a smart move there. Brilliant team fight going in the way of CS. THS having to hold this in. Let's take a quick look at the graphs. That has completely shot up the XP graph in favor of CS. Mind you, it is only a difference of, we've seen only the greatest difference we've seen is of about 5,000 gold, 3,000 going in the direction of THS. Meanwhile, 4,000 gold a difference in favor of CS. Sorry. It looks like they're signaling to roam up to that Phantom Lancer, who has gotten free of harm. He does have a Diffusal, he does have a Yasha, but I think even at this stage he will fall to a team fight, to a well-initiated team fight. Talking about initiation, Clockwork has gone in on this Batrider, but you know he can't cogs this Batrider. The question is, are they going to continue? Luckily, Clockwork is on the right side of that Fisher, so they can just back off there. Huge signals there saying, guys, we've got to push. Let's get to the pushing. Oh, looks like the wards are going to be used to take down this Roshan. The medallion going down, it means that there's going to be a lot of fight on this Roshan, and CS is completely oblivious to what's going on, so that's basically going to be a free Roshan that is almost certainly going to go to that Weaver, I'm guessing? Yes, Weaver taking that, and Clockwork trying to go in, but he's gonna go in solo, and he's gonna just absolutely die. And Lifestealer's gonna go in as well. And what's worse is that he's actually gonna be cogsed in by his own teammate. There is a blink initiation there though by the Earthshaker. Lifestealer does end up going down, but as that Earthshaker, the ultimate from the ultimate from the Poison Nova coming in by the Venomancer, it means that he might actually be able to pick out this Weaver. No, the damage is going to come in by the by the Phantom Lancer, and that team fight, I'm not sure whose side it goes to. I think CS could potentially have such a strong team fight, and they just seem to throw it away on terrible decisions, on small decisions that don't go their way. Because if we look at the XP graphs, it definitely fell in favor of THS. It definitely fell in terms of the gold graph as well. But that peak just isn't as high as it is for CS when they get good team fights off. So they are just needing to learn to play those team fights in a much better, much friendlier manner for them. And once they learn to be able to really choreograph those team fights properly, they'll be able to just absolutely face roll. They'll be able to do 5-1s, even 5-0s if they're lucky. Let's take a look at the farm of our heroes here. The net worth 13,566 going to Marana, reasonably closely followed by the Lifestealer, and then the Weaver and the Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer getting a lot of free farm, which means that his net worth, which was quite low before, has now shot up.
Illusion.
And Clockworks has unfortunately come down after a couple of bad hooks done by him. Looks like there is going to be another 5-man mid here. Weaver now with that MKB, which means that he'll get that mini bash and potentially the constant hits on the Marana or the Lifestealer, depending on the weapons that they're going for. If he goes for a Heaven's Halberd, then Weaver will be able to constantly hit him down. If Marana goes for a Butterfly, then Weaver will be able to constantly hit her down. That Flame Break going to pull the creep wave, which means that although this tower needs only a couple more rights hits, they are going to get the fortification down on it. Which means that there's going to be no follow-up. The Earthshaker, there could be a huge team fight going on here, but unfortunately it just runs into a creep. Can there be initiation by the hook here? He has gone in, but once again he's gone in completely on his own. His teammates might be able to follow him up, but it looks like they won't. Another, unfortunately, bad initiation. There has been a huge ult going down. It's going to take down the Shadow Shaman and the Bat Rider almost instantaneously. Is Earthshaker going to fall to those wards? He's not going to go fall to those wards. Instead, he's going to fall to the Phantom Lancer, who's going to try and make a move on the Marana, and he is going to succeed in making a move on the Marana. Is the Lifestealer going to be able to clean up? Looks like the Lifestealer is going to get a couple more right clicks, and he has decided to phase out of that while the Weaver does get the hit on the Marana, not the Marana, the Earthshaker. But Lifestealer getting the final piece of the pie there. Both of the hard carries walking away properly. Once again, a brilliant team fight with a terrible initiation done by CS there. I'd love to see some much better initiations by CS because they could have very, very strong team fights. And unfortunately, they're just not doing it properly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, sorry guys, excuse me while I have a big nice cup of cold water to help out with my voice here. I am filling in for Daredevil Dan, by the way. Daredevil Dan should have been casting this game. It might be up on his channel, the tournament schedule. His channel being twitch.tv/DaredevilDoda. Guys, get on it, I really recommend it. He's a great caster. Otherwise, you can follow Zalarith, Doda Yoshi, Omega Kai, and the rest. I think that's it. On the main channel, twitch.tv/Defense of the Australians. This game going into 37 minutes now. Which means that it looks like to be a late game, seeing as two of the tier 2 towers have fallen, and 3 of the tier 2 towers have fallen. 2 on the side of THS and 1 on the side of CS. There's going to be another 5-man mid. An arrow is going to go out, and it's just going to miss. And these 5-man mid strategies really need to be rethought out. They really need to start thinking about either pushing strongly one lane, split pushing and then pushing strongly, or just having better initiations. If they can just get better initiations, that means that they can make a huge difference to these team fights. So they are going to move into the jungle. The Marana ult is open, which means that she can cast her ults.
Allies disappear.
Looks like they are going to go in. They do see him. They probably see him with this ward. They probably see glimpses of him with the ward. Are they going to be able to go around? Are they going to go behind the tower? They're not. They don't know that they're behind the tower, so they're just trying to find him. And unfortunately, they don't find him. But they know that they're all there now, and they can. This could be a good initiation. The arrow goes out, and it doesn't hit anybody. But there has been an initiation onto the Shadow Shaman. He is going to go. He's going to pop his wards next to immediately. The Blade Mail is going to be popped though, and that Shadow Shaman is going to be the first to go down. Slam, and comes in the Earthshaker ult. Oh no! Oh no, and it's stunned on me. What's going on? Oh no, not the lag. brilliant team fight, a solid initiation. We see that it is still going in the way of CS,
Tower is under attack.
with Batman getting a double kill by the looks of it, and coming very, very close to death. It looks like he might be fall. Looks like he might fall to that Weaver. He does fall to that Weaver. Weaver getting the best end. THS getting the best deal out of that team fight. Out of my unfortunately very laggy team fight.
Tower is
I'm
under attack.
just going to check a couple of settings, guys.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, unfortunately in this very, very warm atmosphere that is in my room, it's causing my computer to take a little bit of heat stress. Very unfortunately for it. Oh gosh, sorry about that, guys. Potentially really good team fight there has unfortunately gone the wrong way. This heat not doing very much for my computer at all, unfortunately. It's not very good. A hook shot there by Clockwork just to try and scout out. And not finding anyone. Meanwhile, Bat Rider farming the enemy jungle here, and he is going to go for that regeneration ring, just to deny it from CS. CS slowly moving into the middle here. They did spot the Bat Rider using that ward there, so they're thinking maybe they're going to find someone. Are they going to be able to go in onto the two heroes here? They do see him, but it looks like they don't. They decide not to.
Incoming!
The net worth looking very colourful at the moment. Top going to the Weaver, followed by the Life Stealer, and then by the Phantom Lancer. Let's take a quick look at the graphs before this team fight mid starts up. Huge peaks, but it's only 3,000 on THS's side. Gold graph for the first time in a long time, 1,000 to THS. So it looks like the 300 Spartans really are bringing this back. It's not a 300 scenario where Marana ult is up, but it looks like they are spotted with that defensive ward there by THS, so they are just going to back off to their respective towers. And another scouting hook there, unfortunately finding no one. There are going to be a couple of swarm bugs. And they are just going to de-ward this ward here. A couple of de-wards wards being used there, unfortunately. This is the thing about CS. They're a very good team with a little bit of a lack of communication, and it's causing a few issues. For example, this arrow and hook shot in exactly the same spot is not the sort of thing you want to be going for. They are going to check Roshan, and they are going to find Roshan actually. The question being, do they want to fight Roshan? Ward being spotted out here. It looks like they do want to fight Roshan. THS just going to let this happen. Looks like they're not going to counter this at all.
Just what are you hiding, Rashan?
That basher really coming into effect there by the Life Stealer. He has got his Abyssal already. He takes... I've never seen somebody snatch up that Aegis that quickly. Aegis is apparently how it's supposed to be pronounced. Is the Marana ult going to come out? No, it's not. Another scouting hook there. Achieving nothing, unfortunately. Life Stealer's infestation is up. Looks like they do want to push this mid tower. Maybe win this team fight, win the game. That would be the dream. Let's see if they're able to accomplish it. Arrow coming out to scout, almost hitting that Phantom Lancer there. But no, it looks like they're just going to back off. Just going to back off. I can't say I'm extremely happy with that play. I would have loved to have seen him really go in for the team fight.
Catch us if you
That's not going to happen, unfortunately.
Killing spree.
So vulnerable.
Oh, Weaver picking out that clockwork here. Weaver on full health. Interesting pick off there. One that I wasn't noticing, unfortunately. Sorry about that, guys. Weaver now having the Daedalus. And Batrider now having the Sheepstick means that the team fight got infinitely better for THS. THS now going to do the push through mid and see if maybe they can get a tower, maybe a Rax. Or are they going to back off as well? No, it looks like there's just been a roam around by Batrider in that jungle. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to back off as well. They're just going to push out this lane and then just back. Signaling the giant push mid is what they're thinking that they want to do, but they do see that there are a couple of heroes there. Does that mean that they move around, or does that mean that they go straight up forward? Let's see what they do decide to do. Looks like Lifestealer has drawn away from the pack. He just wants to jungle farm, but he's not going to find anything there, thanks to that Lifestealer. Both teams playing very defensively at this point in time. Looks like they have gone into the jungle. They might be able. They have smoked up. They might be able to find this Batrider. They do find this Batrider. They are going to make an initiation onto this Batrider. Batrider is going to use himself. The arrow is going to go nowhere. Batrider is going to go down already. The question is the Clockwork does go down to that Weaver, who's got heavy right-click damage. They're picking off these heroes. They've gone for the Phantom Lancer. They might be able to even go for this Weaver. Weaver taking down the Venomancer after that Clockwork. Been an attempt to jump onto this Weaver. Looks like they are going to stun him out, and they are going to kill him. They are going to take down that Weaver. His age is not coming out, of course not. It's already been handed over to that Lifestealer, and that team fight definitely going into the direction of CS that are now going to just completely push into this mid lane. There have been a couple of buybacks. Phantom Lancer, Weaver buying back. Are they going to back off? They are going to back off. They're going to be happy with the team fight, and they're going to back off. XP once again going back into CS. Over 5,000 back in the way of CS, but still in favour of THS in terms of the gold. There is going to be another arrow there. It's going to hit no one. Now they are on the retreat.
Regeneration.
This Weaver with a Desolator as well as an MKB, they've got a lot of damage onto this Lifestealer. Will he be able to kill him? No, he won't. And the Fisher just coming out there just to make sure. So a team fight definitely in favour of CS. A lot better in terms of the communication now. The Shadow Shaman ward's not coming up. And that team fight just wholeheartedly going better. But once again, still very defensive play. So this being a 50-minute game now, long game, and there's still no single clear winner. It looks like there has been an initiation of that clockwork, and he is just going to time-lapse out of there. Sorry, I shouldn't say an initiation, I should say a hook. Now that he's got that Aggers, it really is low cast down, and you can basically spam it. I still see very few support items coming out here. We've got the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker as well as the Vlads, and we've got the mech on the Venomancer, but they really need a Sheepstick. They really need got the Manstar. They've got right click on Mirana, but they don't really have the same team fight things that, for example, Visage with the Medallion, Shadow Shaman with the Force Staff, and it was Batrider, I'm pretty sure it was Batrider with the Yules and the Scythe, and they should really be able to make better team fights happen, especially with these items, especially with the fact that net worth is hugely in favor of that Weaver as well as that Phantom Lancer. But unfortunately they're just not able to. Looks like they are going to commit to a push down in bottom here, and there is another smoke. Looks like there is a counter smoke here by the enemy team, but the fact that the smoke's revealed means that there's probably a team somewhere. Oh no, and there's been another bit of lag, unfortunately, on my end post the initiation here. Oh my goodness.
I only wanted to kill everyone.
Guys, I'm terribly sorry about this lag here. I'm not sure what's causing it. It's definitely not my internet. It's probably the heat of my computer, which I'll have to go into the BIOS and tweak the settings off. But we'll analyze this team fight once we get out of it. I'm terribly sorry about that, guys. Looks like the team fight once again going well in favor of CS, losing all of their heroes except for that Phantom Lancer, probably the best hero to not lose, and Mirana going very close to death but not dying there. Give me a moment, guys. So it looks like my core temperatures are actually quite low. It looks like the motherboard is the highest temperature that's worrying my system. I'm going to have to fix that up for the next stream, which shouldn't be in too long. It looks like the heroes have already respawned, except for that Weaver on the side of THS. There has been a Fisher down onto that Phantom Lancer, and I am going to get lag again after that blink in by Earthshaker. Earthshaker without his ult, though. It looks like he's just going to try and get the kills on a couple of these heroes. Batrider jumping in to try and get some kills. Lifestealer going down, as well as the Earthshaker going down. And the Clockwork, by the sounds of it. Giving the Phantom Lancer a triple kill, the last hero that you actually want to give a triple kill to. Except for maybe that Weaver. Oh goodness, this is unbearably laggy. I'm terribly sorry about this, guys. There is going to be a huge counter push in the direction of CS by THS now. I'll just fix up my settings, guys.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Venom is no more.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Huge counter push, definitely going the way of THS by the looks of it here, but this lag does make it completely unwatchable for me, unfortunately. Try to turn down the settings. There have been a couple of buybacks by the looks of it from CS. And mid barracks has gone down. CS's mid barracks has gone down. THS looking like they're definitely getting the team fight. Serious ES. Probably that Earthshaker there getting a couple of counter kills against the Weaver. Looks like they are going to go for a third counter push now. Meanwhile, Phantom Lancer is going to push out this bottom lane. And they're probably not going to be able to outpush just the Phantom Lancer on his own. But Phantom Lancer is going to be... No, he's not. He's just going to take out this group here. This never-ending set of illusions is going to just absolutely, completely whoop through all of these creeps here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Buyback coming out from Weaver there.
Boom!
55-minute game and there's still no clear winner, but it looks like there is a huge goal difference now. 10,000 to CS. That doesn't make it unbeatable though. Sorry, not the experience difference, 10,000 to CS. Goal difference, however, is only 1,000, and it's in the side of THS.
Incoming!
So there's still anybody's game.
Do it with flair.
Shadows take us.
So that initiation by the Mirana there, they've tried to get the cogs in to that Shadow Shaman. That Shadow Shaman is going to cast his wards out, and they are going to continue fighting in the presence of these wards. Mirana's going to try and get a few kills. Huge initiation there by the Earthshaker. They are going to be able to take down that Shadow Shaman. They are going to be able to take down the Bat Rider almost certainly. Visagers tried to come in from behind, as well as the Phantom Lancer. They're going to try and get a couple of kills. The mech goes off as well as the pipe, but that's not going to help him. Both Visage and Shadow Shaman, not Shadow Shaman, sorry, Phantom Lancer falling to that that brilliantly done team fight. Mirana cleaning up the rest of the wards there, and now they're going to take down this Roshan. Lifesteal are pretty much soloing it. Not Lifesteal, sorry.
To the Radiant.
And they're going to take the cheese. They're going to decide who's taking the cheese. Yes, Clockwork is going to take this cheese. And it's getting to the point at which he can sell the bottle. Meanwhile, Weaver split pushing here. That Venomous Gale going to do a lot of work, but Weaver is going to be able to push down that tower, and there's no glyph up.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Couple of arrows, hook shot going out to try and scout out for that Weaver, but he TPs away very safely. So Mirana now with an Eye of Skadi, a reasonably good pickup from Mirana. I'm guessing, if she's not going to go for any other unique attack modifiers, which she is. Combined with lifesteal attack modifiers. Well, that is absolutely fine then. I thought that there might have been a relationship between lifesteal and Eye of Skadi as well as some other attack modifiers. Earthshaker, meanwhile, getting his right click on, you can see he's definitely right clicking. 3.9k, he's probably saving up the buyback. All of these teams know that buyback at this stage in the game, very, very important. Meanwhile, there's going to be a stack of this camp here for the carries. Another grouping up, 3 in mid from THS, but never committing to a push. They're just pushing out lanes. CS, once again, really trying to state that they want to go for this push.
Do it with flair.
The question is, are they going to finally decide to commit to this push? Mirana does have her ult up, so they can come into the jungle here. They can jump into the jungle here and maybe make a couple of pickouts here, if it's properly scouted for, which it hasn't been. Now would be a great time to ulti, even though there are wards here. But somebody's got a gem, and I'm not sure who it is. It's Mirana with the gem here. So they are able to de-ward very, very easily. Right click damage really being high here. Looks like they are going to commit to a push finally. Weaver is going to split push, and he might actually be able to even take down this Rax. But there is going to be oh, there has been a bullseye. They have taken the Batrider. But otherwise, not much. Clockwork going to try and stop this counter push here, but unfortunately, they are going to decide to fortify these structures, and Weaver is just going to leave.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
No, Weaver's going to scout out a bit longer. He's trying to get the Venomancer here, but instead he's going to be initiated on by the and Venomancer is going to die to him, unfortunately. And then he's going to right click and he's going to try and go for the Clockwork. He's not going to take much damage, and he's going to pop that cheese. Are they going to be able to take down this Weaver? If they do take down this Weaver, it's going to be huge. They're not going to be able to take down this Weaver, unfortunately. Ah, that Weaver coming so close to death. A couple more right clicks and it's going to be it. 108 seconds, 110 seconds down from the Weaver there. Now they can really commit to a push, but this mid lane is going to push really quickly with these barracks missing and the barracks almost going down in top lane as well.
Boom, there it goes.
With these being mega creeps, it's going to be quite hard to push it down, no matter how high their right click damage is at the moment. But that's what they're going to do. They're going to really try and force out this lane. As 4 with Lifestealer being infested into the Earthshaker. The Phantom Lancer is going to push out bottom lane. Arrow for scouting. It's going to find nobody.
Incoming.
As long as Phantom Lancer has a TP, which he does, it means that he can basically participate in this team fight. Weaver's still down for another 51 seconds, and they know he doesn't have buyback. So they are going to push down this tower. Fortification is going to come out. Batrider hoping to get something. The pipe has been popped there. It looks like they have pigged out Clockwork, but there's going to be a huge initiation there. It's going to immediately take down the Visage as well as the Batrider. The right click is going to come in by the Phantom Lancer, and it's going to be doing a lot of damage, and they're trying to right click him down, and they do succeed in right clicking him down. Lifestealer does die, but he's not going to die for very long. All it needs is a couple more right clicks on the tower. The tower does fall. The wards are going to fall very, very easily. It looks like there might be another initiation onto this Lifestealer, but there won't be. Lifestealer is going to take down these wards as well. He's going to try and take down these barracks. He's going to hit them. Alongside Mirana, are they going to be able to get the kills? No, it looks like they're not. They're going to vanish. And they're going to be able to take one of the barracks, but not both of them. Very, very good defending there by THS, but the team fight definitely going in way of CS. Phantom Lancer is very much out of position. Is he going to be caught out? He is going to be caught out. He's going to desperately try to right-click this Clockwork, but it's not going to help him. A lot of right-click damage coming out onto this Phantom Lancer. Is this Phantom Lancer going to be able to make a difference? The Weaver has come in. He's already taken out the Earthshaker, but the Weaver's going to die! The Weaver's going to die to the Lifestealer, and now they're going to chase out this Phantom Lancer. They want to be able to take out this Phantom Lancer. All he needs is enough for a hook, and they do take him down. That Phantom Lancer goes down. 120 seconds, 90 seconds on that Weaver, 128 seconds, 100 seconds onto that Batrider. They're going to be able to move back in here. They're going to be able to take out this Rax. And they're going to be able to continue pushing. That's the worst bit about it. They're going to ignore the backdoor protection, and they're going to just right click it down. But it's not going to make that much of a difference. Mirana thinking that she can easily take the farm from these necro units. Backdoor protection still helping that out, but the creeps are going to come shortly, so they are going to be able to kill these structures and just linger around in this base. Huge creep wave coming onto top though.
Players here.
Lifestealer chipping away at this tower. This tower is going to fall down as well. They might be able to take down that Rax. Still 25 seconds until just the Weaver spawns. And they know that Shadow Shaman envisages they don't want to give themselves away now. But they are going to pull out this barracks. There's an arrow that comes out, but unfortunately goes nowhere. There has been an initiation, but there's a 4-staff out of there. They're going to try and go back into the middle towers. They're going to farm up these wards that were defensively placed down by the Shadow Shaman that aren't going to do much good. They're going to take out this middle tower. 5 seconds until the Weaver comes out. They're going to take out the other middle tower. Are they going to be able to finish up this game? The arrow comes out. It just misses Shadow Shaman. They're really putting a lot of pressure onto this Ancient now, and this Ancient is going to go down, and they don't have a glyph, and the game goes! The game goes to CS after a very well played team fight from an unfortunately misplaced Phantom Lancer. GG's go round. Long game called, 65-minute game, absolutely amazing plays by both of the teams here, but CS, come on son, definitely picking out being the better of the two teams here. Let's take a quick look at the graphs here. We can't at the end of the game, unfortunately. I've just been reminded of that. But graphs definitely both in favour of CS. Shooting up, huge back and forth team fights. And once CS got their team fight really down packed, they were able to take the game. They were able to communicate properly. They were able to take the game. And THS just didn't have a response to that, no matter how farmed that Weaver was. Thank you very much, guys, for watching my cast. Guys, get onto my channel, www.twitch.tv/onlylogic, to keep up to date with all of my games, with all of the games in the Defence of the Australians tournament. It's twitch.tv/Defence of the Australians. I'm going to be casting my next game very shortly.